All right, welcome everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today for our webinar on this wonderful Tuesday. Good morning, good afternoon, and we are going to get started here. So today we are going to talk about a really important and top of mind topic for a lot of folks, both at Faire and in our brand community. We're talking about how we're navigating holiday shipping and fulfillment this year. There's a lot going on in the world. There's a lot going on with supply chain and with shipping, and we're here to talk about number one, how to do it on Faire, how to be successful in delivering customer service, and also just all of those complicated things that you might need to know about shipping around the world. So today, just wanted to share a little bit about how our webinars work. First of all, we will share all of this content with our attendees. So we'll share the recording and the deck. It does take a couple of days for us to process it and share it out, but you'll have this content so that you can refer to it later on. We also have Faire folks in the chat today. So our moderators are here to help out. They'll share helpful links, and any comments or questions you have, they will do their best to answer them. And remember that when you're using our chat feature, chat to everyone. So everyone in the group can benefit from seeing your questions and the responses. We also do have an agenda prepared today. So we have specific content that we've developed to share with this group. Unfortunately, that does mean that we don't have time for office hours or general Q&A. But we do want to answer all of your questions and make sure that you feel educated and know everything you need to know about Faire. So if you want to learn more about our platform or about what we offer or how things work, please visit faire.com/brands, and it has a lot of really great information for you, frequently asked questions, and the basic offerings and how our platform works. So today, we are going to be covering a few things. We'll start with some introductions. I'll share who's on our panel. We'll talk about the basics of Faire and sort of what we are, who we are as a business. We'll then talk about how you would use Faire's shipping tools to fulfill orders. So specifically, how does shipping work on Faire? What are the options? What does that process look like? We'll then jump into talking about customer service and what are the things to keep in mind during the busy holiday season, particularly when shipping might be a little crazy and supply chain issues might be coming up. How do you stay close with your customers and deliver on an excellent experience for them? Finally, we will talk about shipping globally this holiday season. What is going on with all of the different shipping services? What are the things that are causing delays? What should you know as you're moving into this busy time of year to make sure that you're informed and educated? Finally, we will close with some resources for all of you and an opportunity for you to give feedback. We love to hear feedback. We love to hear what went well, what you learned, what we could do better next time. So we will share all of those resources at the end. So to start off, I will be introducing our panel. We have a really great group of folks today. My name is Madeline. I'm on our marketing team, and I've been at Faire for about 3 years. And I am based in San Francisco, and that's where I'm calling in from today. We also have Gina, who is on our brand partnerships team. Fun fact, Gina is one of the very earliest Faire employees. She's been working with our brands for over 4 years. She has an incredible amount of knowledge to share. We have Joanne on brand partnerships as well. She's going to be talking about customer service and all of the fantastic tips and tricks that you can use to build relationships with your customers. We also have Brian with us, who's going to be talking about all of those things you need to know about global shipping. This entire panel has an incredible wealth of knowledge, works with our brands every single day, and they're excited to talk to you about our content and on our agenda. Before we jump into the meat of what we're covering today, I did want to share a little bit about our mission and why Faire exists and what we're here to do. Faire is a company that's built by entrepreneurs for entrepreneurs. And since 2017, we've been operating on the belief that the future of retail is local. Our mission is to help independent entrepreneurs chase their dreams, like all of you. And so that's why Faire was built. It's an online wholesale marketplace empowering small business owners and independent brands to buy and sell wholesale online. And ultimately, our goal is to make things really easy, really seamless, so that you can grow and simplify your business overall. So how does Faire do that? What do we offer? How does it work? For retailers, we offer a one-stop shop with data-driven recommendations to tailor the experience to each retailer who wants to shop on Faire. We offer net 60 payment terms, which means that retailers can buy now and pay us 60 days later. But really importantly, that's something that Faire offers on behalf of our brands. It's not something that we expect brands to cover, so that we are making sure retailers have enough time to pay while brands are also getting paid on time. We offer free returns on first orders to lower the barrier to entry for retailers and eliminate some of the risk in trying new brands. And we also offer a free shipping subscription, which we'll talk a little bit about later today, so that retailers can pay a flat fee each month and access free shipping to all brands that they want to order from. For brands, we offer exposure to 200,000 independent retailers around the world. We have retailers across North America, in the US, Canada, and as well as across Europe. We also guarantee payment on every order. So that goes along with what I was saying about the fact that Faire covers net 60 payment terms. We ensure that brands are getting paid for every single order that you're processing. We also offer free marketing and customer relationship management tools that you can use to build and grow your business. Finally, we're going to be talking a lot about this today. We have easy order and shipping management. And ultimately, all of these features and our ultimate goal is to help you increase sales, save time, and save money. So who are our retailers? Who's buying from Faire? The independent retail sector generates $1 trillion in annual sales, and this market continues to grow. And this is our target audience on Faire. Traditionally, these boutiques can be hard to reach, but they collectively make up the largest wholesale channel available, larger than Amazon and Walmart combined. And one thing to note as well is that consumers are really, really interested in shopping from this audience as well. During the pandemic, 86% of consumers report that they've opted to shop local. So it's a great audience and great market to be getting yourself into if you're not in it already. All right, we've got a slight lag in this slide, but there it goes. So to recap, what does the marketplace look like by numbers? We have 200,000 retailers across North America and Europe. We have 20,000 brands like all of you who are selling in 70 countries worldwide. And the marketplace processes up to $5 million on peak days. And ultimately, all of this is to say that our bottom line is to connect independent retailers with wholesale brands all over the world. So now that you have a little bit of understanding about who Faire is and what we do, I'm going to hand off to Gina to talk about our shipping tools and how shipping works on Faire and how you can make that work for your business. So I will pass off to Gina. Thanks so much.
Hey everybody, I'm Gina. Thanks, Maddie. As Maddie mentioned, I've been here for over 4 years now, which might not seem like a lifetime to you, but here it feels like a lifetime. So really so nice to meet all of you. Thanks for joining in today. Yeah, hopefully we cover everything you want to know. And so just to kick things off, I'd love to get a sense from the group of what systems and tools you're using right now. So if you want to start dropping some answers in the chat, would love to see what you guys are using now so we can discuss it. And also if there's any tools that you guys love, definitely let us know, just because there's always a bunch of people asking questions about or looking for recommendations about tools they like. Awesome. So Sue is using ShipStation, another ShipStation. Amazing. Nice. Sounds like we need an integration directly with ShipStation. Pirate Ship. I haven't heard of that one. That's coming up a bunch. Awesome. Bunch of Shippo and ShipStation. Awesome. Thank you guys for participating. So just want to cover a couple things today. So when we're joining Faire, our goal is to make shipping as seamless as possible for you. So we'll cover a couple things using our order management tools, Faire's 2 shipping options, whether that's keeping your shipping the same and using your own tools or shipping on Faire's account. And then, as Maddie mentioned, we're getting a lot of questions about international shipping, especially with everything happening in the world. And because Faire has expanded internationally quite a bit recently. And lastly, covering shipping costs. And so just a heads up as we go through this, no matter how you ship Faire orders, you aren't responsible for shipping costs. So you ship for free on Faire. Just to kick things off with order management. So as soon as you join Faire, you'll automatically have access to a free tool set that'll help you with shipping and order management all the way throughout the process. Our goal of this is that you can kind of track and keep everything in one place. So it's really seamless to manage all of the orders we hope to be driving you. So as an order comes through, you'll receive an order notification for each one. You don't have to, you'll have access to the portal, but you don't have to just sit there waiting for an order to come through. You'll get an email for each one, and you can always CC a fulfillment center if that's something that you're looking for as well. And every order that comes through will give you the option to always cancel or accept the order. So if for whatever reason the order or the store doesn't match your aesthetic, or if it's too close to a house account, for whatever reason, you can cancel the order. Otherwise, it'll prompt you to go ahead, ship directly to the retailer, and you can choose to always ship on your own or ship with Faire. And so the portal's just there to help you manage all your orders throughout the entire process. And so just to start with the first option from Faire, shipping on your own. So for all of you currently using ShipStation or Shippo or something like that, you can always keep your current fulfillment systems the same. So if you want to keep things seamless, you can continue using the shipping carriers you choose. We always recommend just choosing a shipping rate that benefits your retailers, ideally the cheapest possible, unless they're asking for expedited shipping. No matter what system you use, we'll just ask you to let us know a tracking number and the cost of freight for the order. As soon as you enter in those details, it'll send an email to the retailer automatically letting them know, hey, here's the tracking number, keep an eye out, your package is on the way. And if you're lucky and all your retailers live close by, you can always keep hand delivering packages. There's an option to mark that within the portal. And again, as you're entering in tracking number and cost of freight, that will also start to trigger direct deposits from Faire for the full cost of the order, and plus a reimbursement for shipping, the cost that you put in. The other option is to ship with Faire. You can always choose to ship on Faire's account. And so you can always choose from USPS, UPS, or FedEx and download prepaid labels, as many as you need to ship the order. It'll ask for the same information as you would shipping on your own, dimensions, estimated cost or weight of the package, and it'll give you the option to choose a quote for shipping a package through our carriers. And you can choose whichever one is best for you. So one option, if you're on the fence of what's best for me, you can always put in the dimensions, weight of a package, and get a sense of what Faire's shipping rates are or yours to see if you can save your customers money. And to touch on the international shipping, just because it's such a topic on everyone's mind right now. So a couple of things right off the bat. Definitely try to make sure your products can be sold internationally. So if you have any questions about this, we always recommend contacting a customs broker directly, especially with things changing so quickly. They'll have always the most up-to-date information. Same for specifics about regulations set by shipping carriers. So you can always reach out to any shipping company directly for the most up-to-date information around packaging, shipping, things like that. And the last thing to always remember is around providing accurate tariff codes and invoices. So if you're on Faire, you're shipping internationally, we'll try to help you identify the right tariff codes for your products, and it will actually auto-generate the invoices that you need for customs. But regardless, if you're joining Faire and you have questions about shipping internationally and shipping with Faire for the first time, we have shipping guides that'll help walk through anything in the process. And so I think Rachel on my team is going to drop that in the chat. You can open that in the center going forward. Thanks, Rachel. And I just, the gray bar that says my internet is unstable. So if I get cut off, I'm going to just keep talking and hope this works. And someone will tell me if you can't hear me, I hope. So just to touch on shipping costs, as we mentioned earlier, shipping is always free for Faire brands. So no matter which option you choose, whether you're shipping on your own or with Faire, you're either using prepaid labels from us or we're reimbursing you, so shipping never comes out of your bottom line. And so in a lot of cases, we'll pass costs along to these retailers. So if you're adding in shipping and handling costs, we'll pass that along to the retailer. But for a limited time, Faire is actually covering all international freight and duties for our retailer community. So that is something that if you're excited about internet for the first time, now's a really good time to take advantage of that. And lastly, we offer a bunch of shipping promotions and discounts to our retailers. So in order to encourage our retailers to order more from our brands, we have such things like a shipping program where you pay a flat rate per month and we cover overages and expenses there. So our goal is same as yours, always to pass along as few costs to our retailers as possible.
Okay, I'm going to take over. I apologize. You know, this is the world we live in. Everyone's remote and we're doing our best. Thank you for bearing with us. But key takeaways from this section is, first of all, Faire's order management tools can help you track your new unfulfilled and fulfilled orders. And there's a number of different ways that you can review and process these orders, sort them, keep tabs on what's going on with your business. Also, when you join Faire, you have the option of shipping orders on your own, use your ShipStation account, use whatever system you already have in place, and Faire will reimburse you. Or you can use Faire's free prepaid shipping labels. You can print them from your home or your studio. It makes it very seamless if you'd like to use Faire's system that's provided to you. Also, shipping internationally, we know can be really challenging. There's a lot of different moving parts and things that go into it. When you join Faire, we will walk you through all of that. We'll provide guides to help you in order to that you can reference when you ship overseas. Finally, biggest takeaway here, shipping is always free for brands. So no matter what method you use to ship, we will cover the ultimate cost or pass it along to retailers. It's not coming out of the bottom line from our brands. So with that, I'm going to pass it over to Joanne, who's going to talk about delivering on customer service and what are the ways that you can really make an impact in your business and your relationships using shipping and fulfillment.
Hi, everyone. I'm Joanne. I'm on the brand partnerships team. I'm actually celebrating my 1-year anniversary at Faire this month. Really excited about that. And I'm thrilled to talk to you about delivering amazing customer service around the holiday season and hopefully beyond. So before we dive in, we've got a little poll for you. Do you feel equipped to serve your customers and tackle shipping challenges this holiday season? Love to hear your thoughts. Do, do, do. All right. We've got some confident folks, some that are in the middle, and a few that are struggling a bit. So I think this is going to be really useful information for all. Let's dive in. Okay, so how are we going to offer quality customer service when fulfilling orders? We have, our ears connected to retailers, so we know what they're looking for, and we've identified some key strategies that I think are going to be super important to implement this holiday season. So we're going to look at keeping your lead times up to date and Faire tools that make that easy. We're going to also look at shipping within your stated lead time, contacting customers when delays arise. We know that they're going to happen, so let's just be as communicative as possible. And then also just nurturing those relationships that you develop around this holiday season. So sending a sincere thank you note. And then also just kind of, sending some delight to the customers that have been with you year round. This is a great time to say thanks to those folks as well. So making sure your lead times are accurate. This is going to be super key. And what's great about Faire is that on the back end, you're going to have the ability at the shop level to let your retailers know what to expect in terms of your lead time. You're always going to want to look at, what factors are going to come into play around this time of year so that you can be as accurate as possible. We know that accurate lead times are going to help retailers plan effectively so that they can keep their shelves stocked throughout this super important holiday season. And then just building that trust. If they know that you're going to do what you've said you're going to do, they know that they can stick with you and you're going to help them, keep their store stocked. And then in terms of your lead times, obviously things happen, right? You might go on vacation or, any number of things can come up. So using Faire's tools to always keep on top of your lead time so you're as accurate as possible, it's going to be really, really important. And it's going to really just help to build that trust. So shipping within your stated lead times. This is all around doing what you said you're going to do when you said you were going to do it, right? We know that a vast majority of retailers, especially around the holiday season, see this as super important for them because it's all about planning and staying ahead of everything that's going to be coming up around this holiday season. So think of ways to really solidify the relationship. If you're shipping when you said you were going to ship, then you're just building on that trust and hopefully you're solidifying that relationship not only during holidays, but year round. And then this is a really great strategy, promoting your last day for accepting holiday orders. You don't want to let anyone feel as though they've missed out on an opportunity. So if you're communicating as such and you're using Faire's marketing tools or messaging system to communicate with your existing customers, everyone's going to feel like they have a clear understanding of what they need to do by your holiday deadline. And then again, we have a robust backend, a single source for managing all of your relationships. So you can use Faire's marketing tools to set up these campaigns and keep everyone notified about everything that's going on around this time of year. Got a little lag. All right. And then contacting customers around delays. So when unexpected delays happen, it's easy to sort of want to avoid the reality of just communicating exactly what's going on. But this is a time when you have to be as communicative as possible. So don't hide behind delays. Let your customers know exactly what's going on. Communicate as soon as possible and be transparent. Let them know if it's supply chain issues or if there are any mitigating factors that they should be aware of. Really humanize the situation because again, we're all in this together. And then use our tools to send a quick note to your customers, letting them know what's going on again as soon as you know, so that way they can really trust that you're going to be as communicative as possible, not only around delays, but any other product related issues. All right. And here we're going to look at sending a sincere thank you. So this is something that it's easy to slip mind, but around this time of year, your brand is going to be in front of a ton of eyes, right? Lots of retailers are shopping. So think of this as an opportunity to not only generate new relationships, but retain those relationships year round. So sending a sincere thank you, it's the simplest way to show that gratitude, to let them know that you're really appreciating their business. Handwritten cards, everyone likes getting something handwritten in the mail just to let them know that, that transaction meant a lot. And then, sending thank you cards to top customers, right? So thinking about all the customers that have stuck with you throughout the year, and even local customers, maybe giving them that special touch of visiting them at their stores and, just letting them know how appreciative you've been of their business. Super key. And my favorite, gift giving. So the holidays are a time that we're all giving gifts to each other. Don't forget about your top customers, right? They've been with you all year. This is an opportunity for you to delight them with something special. So, surprising them with new products that no one else has had access to before is going to be just a great way of letting them know that you're thinking about them and you want them to be a part of your brand's journey. You can use overstock items, right? So you're going to be, thinking about all of the ways that you can, take products that you have just sitting on your shelves and share it with your community. And then other great gift ideas are sweet treats, beverage kits, holiday ornaments, like really anything you can think of that, is going to kind of resonate with your brand, but also create that connection with your retailers is going to be a great strategy to implement. So key takeaways. So frequently updating your lead times. Just because you chose a lead time at one point doesn't mean you can't change it again. Always try to be as up to date around lead times as possible. Keep your retailers informed. So when delays come up, they can trust that you're going to keep them up to date so that they can plan accordingly. Think about sending thank you notes. This is a strategy that you're going to use to nurture the relationships that you've developed around the holiday season so that they can become lifelong customers. And then, sharing holiday gifts. It's a great way to let your top customers know that you really appreciated their business around this year. Great. I hope that some of these strategies were useful to you. I'm now going to pass it over to my colleague, Brian. We're going to look at shipping globally this holiday season.
Well, I have a surprise for you all, which is that the internet is down in parts of San Francisco, where many of our panelists are calling in from. So you get me again, and we appreciate your flexibility. One of the values at Faire that we live by is to embrace the adventure, and that's what we're doing today. So here we go. Brian sends his regrets for not being able to call in. But shipping globally this holiday season, let's do it. So what are the global shipping logistics that you need to be aware of? We're coming up on the busiest time of year for sales, both for our brands, for our retailers, and we know that the supply chain issues that have been going on really since the beginning of the pandemic have been top of mind for many in the community. So today we're going to cover a couple of topics to make sure that you're prepared. First of all, we'll go over an overview of what the current challenges in shipping are. We'll talk about putting a holiday shipping plan in place as soon as possible. We'll talk about being aware of what projected shipping times and costs are and how to stay on top of those things. Also staying abreast of potential shipping delays as they occur. So natural disaster, pandemic issues, port closures, these are things that might come up, and we do need to stay on top of current events. Finally, we'll talk about paying special attention to your top selling products and how that can help you streamline your shipping and fulfillment process. So, what to know about global shipping delays this year? Experts are saying that international and domestic shipping times may be delayed up to 6 weeks this holiday season. So, bottom line is this is expected. We want to be aware of what experts are saying. On the flip side, our customers do expect full transparency. So it's really important to be honest and transparent and upfront with your shipping and fulfillment process more than ever before. Also, planning ahead. That's really the best strategy to embrace the current situation and ensure a smooth buying experience for retailers and also a smooth experience for your brand and your staff. What's causing some of these delays? So we know that supply chains and shipping routes have been impacted for quite some time. Some of these obstacles have included closure of major ports in Asia, bottlenecks across Europe and the United States, shipping container shortages, increases in the cost of air freight, and also lasting effects of the Suez Canal closure earlier this year. If you remember when the boat got stuck, that has had rippling effects across the industry. And we know that there's a limited supply of many key products that will continue through the end of the year. So like we said, as a result, experts are predicting that shipping delays could occur up to 6 weeks for some shipping services this holiday season. What's the number one thing you should be thinking about? Putting a shipping plan in place ASAP. So simply planning for knowing that there will be some delays. First of all, familiarize yourself with the shipping requirements for every country that you ship to. So there are going to be different requirements and lead times depending where you fulfill products, and be aware of what the differences might be. Some of these things that you might need to think about are custom regulations, tariffs, restricted items, regulations for packaging, and insurance. One solution to this is that you can ship with Faire. So these are things that we will be mindful of for you. We'll provide those prepaid shipping labels and walk you through the process for shipping both domestically and internationally. So staying on top of projected shipping times and costs. You definitely do want to stay close to the issue. That's something we're doing at Faire, and we're passing along as much knowledge that we have as possible to our customers. And it's something that, for your business, you'll want to do as well. So depending on the shipping services that you prefer, USPS, UPS, FedEx, DHL, they'll all have different holiday deadlines for domestic and international shipments. So knowing when your retailers need to receive their goods by is something that you should keep in mind, and pay close attention to the shipping provider that you use. Also, projected shipping times are going to range. You might be able to send shipments overnight, of course, but that might also impact the cost that you're passing along to your retailer. So you'll want to keep open communication about how soon does this package need to arrive? Is it worth passing on, charging a premium in shipping? Or is it better to choose a reduced cost but lengthier shipping option? One thing, again, that you can do is rely on Faire systems. So because we are enabling so many brands to ship, we have negotiated shipping rates with our shipping partners. And so when you join Faire, you're welcome to use those and try to keep costs really low for your retailers. If you are shipping on your own, using your ShipStation account or systems you've already set in place, just monitor those shipping costs and be aware of how they might impact your customers. Additional delays. Don't let things, the constant changes catch you off guard. It's easy actually to stay apprised of what's going on with different shipping carriers. USPS, UPS, FedEx, they all have update centers on their website. So it's something that you can reference, bookmark in your browser, go back and check and see if there's any major delays going on. Also be on the lookout for what's going on in the news. So things like major weather events, natural disasters, these are generally going to impact shipping routes. And so things you see on the news first, you'll want to then check up on your shipping providers as a result. Other things like additional pandemic shutdowns or port closures might also occur this holiday season, and it's just something that we need to keep an eye out for. What you can do though, if a retailer contacts you about the status of a shipment, that's when you can use some of those great customer service tactics. You can review orders, provide updates. On Faire, tracking an order takes only a minute. You can click into it really easily and provide an update and maintain those relationships with your customers. Another thing that you can do to enable your team for success, so as your team or fulfillment center is packaging orders, be aware of what you think those top products are going to be and what you need to be, what you'll be packaging the most. So things like looking at what your hottest sellers were last season and what's been selling well this year. You know, what are those best sellers that are going to be purchased the most by retailers going into busy season. You can also pay close attention to top sellers in your category at major retail stores and including e-commerce sites. Seeing, you know, what's being promoted, what's being merchandised, that might give you a clue into some of the products that might be hot sellers for you this year. You can also use social media, things like Instagram, Google Trends, to see what's in demand currently. You can look at boards on Pinterest. You can look at hashtags on Instagram, you know, hashtag holiday gifts, that can give you an insight into what consumers are prioritizing, what are people saving and really feeling excited about. That might give you some hints into what retailers will be stocking up on as well. And then finally, when you use Faire, you have access to data-driven analytics. So we will show you what your top sellers are, the products that have the highest sell-through, the products that are consistently selling the best. And that can enable you to assess what your best sellers will be going into the holidays. So, key takeaways. Global shipping delays are expected. Let's get prepared for it. Let's be in the know. Planning ahead can help you meet demand and keep your customers happy. Things like learning about projected shipping times, making sure you're checking on costs, doing all of this in advance can help enable you and your customers for success. Also, you know, keep an eye on the news. Be aware of what's going on internationally in current events. This can impact how shipping will go this holiday season. And then finally, know your top sellers so that you can easily fill full orders as they come in. All right, now we're going to take this poll again. We'll see how equipped you feel to serve your customers this holiday season and to tackle these shipping delays. One thing to note is that because I am presenting, I will actually not be able to see the poll. So I'm going to tap one of our other presenters. Joanne, maybe you can take a look at what the poll results are and read them out to our attendees.
Awesome. All right, so it looks like about 40% are well equipped, about 53% are moderately equipped, 5% are somewhat equipped, and 3% are not equipped at all. So let's dive in.
All right, well, thank you everyone for letting us know. We hope that you are able to learn something and that we have some upward trends in the knowledge that everyone now has coming out of this webinar. To close, I would like to give some resources and the ability to give feedback as well. So resources for brands. We have a blog here at Faire. It's called The Studio, and it's a blog that features stories from our community. It gives business management tips. We have insights from the industry across retail and wholesale. We also include news from Faire, so things that are new with us. And we encourage everyone to check that platform out and learn more about the community. We also have a podcast. It's called Brick and Order. You can listen to it wherever you listen to podcasts, and it features interviews with our brands and retailers. So it gives you really great insight into what our brands and retailers are thinking and what their advice is on specific topics. We also have our help center. So if you have questions about Faire's policies or features or selling on Faire, this is something that's also really helpful and some place that you can search specific topics to get answers. Finally, we would love also for you to take our survey. We'd love your feedback. So if there are things that you hoped we're going to get covered today and weren't, or a different format you think would be interesting, we'd love to hear from you. So we will drop that survey in the chat now, but we will also email it to attendees and follow up again with the content from this webinar as well. And then to wrap it up, we'd love to invite everyone today to start selling on Faire. So you can start using these features to help you receive, manage, and ship orders this holiday season and beyond into 2022 and the future. So to get started, you can visit faire.com/apply. We'll drop that link into the chat as well. And we encourage everyone to check it out. Thank you so much for joining us today. Thank you for embracing the adventure with us and some of our technical difficulties. It's never something you can predict, like the shipping challenges that we might come up against this holiday season. So we really appreciate your time. Thanks for being a member of our community, and thanks for being here. Have a great Tuesday.